coming for you?
It was great. It was awesome to be home and get to see some people I haven't seen in like 4 years. I had my uncle come out and surprise me, so that was cool. Yeah, it was great.
You talked to Sabrina since the exchange on Twitter?
Oh yeah, she's pretty cool. She demands more. So I was like, all right, I'm on it. 9 more, I can do it.
You see out of Cal, and then this weekend, obviously Stanford, people look ahead to, but the focus on Cal to start with.
Yeah, just trying to keep that faceless opponent mentality. It doesn't matter who we're playing, we bring our A game every time. So.
Did you learn anything different or new about your team, the way you handled yourselves in those last couple sets against Utah?
I think those of us that were out on the court definitely put up a fight that, I don't know, it felt like we were reaching a new level, and so it's something, now that we know we can get there, we got to bring every time. Knowing what the circumstances were and just being able to adapt and saying if we can play like that during a situation as that, we need to be able to do that every time. So.
It's been a few days since you played against Utah, all 6 of you. Have you seen your relationships with any of those players that were out there on the floor grow or change since then?
I think we called it our special ops mission when we were out there. So there's definitely a bond between us for doing that, but our team in general, including everybody that was on the bench that day, we're incredibly close. So I think people know that we are that good, and we can be even better when those people on the bench come off.
How do you make that example kind of into a turning point during this season, coming off the Utah loss?
Can you say, yeah.
Yeah, the fact that you guys are playing with, just 6 players out there and, battling hard, winning that 3rd set, how do you make that into a kind of turning point going forward?
Well, I think they know that we were able to take a set off with just the 6 of us, and so it's kind of you step up now or we don't need you in that sense. So we were able to do it. We were able to figure it out with 6, and they gotta remember that we can do it with 6. So if they want to bring more, they bring more. If they can't, that's where we're at. Yeah.
How difficult was the moment? Talking about it with Matt, when you talk about the suspensions and how they get brought down. Just as one of the leaders on this team, how did you take that in the moment, and how did you guys respond?
It's definitely a challenge because as a leader, you think you're doing okay, and you got everybody just in line or just vibing and grooving, and then all of a sudden this hiccup happens, and you kind of take personal attack on it, and you're just like, well, I wasn't doing enough, and you put it on yourself, and you're like, how could I be a better leader? So there's definitely a lot of internalization. Yeah, I think all of us as seniors that during that. When we found out about it, we all were like, we need to step up and we need to be better leaders from here on out, so that doesn't happen.
What were the conversations like, without coaches around, just amongst your peers? What was that like?
It was frustrating for sure, and I think majority of us were pissed off, but we knew we couldn't let this divide us, and so we had to come together. That regardless, at the end of the day, we needed this to bring us together closer, and I honestly believe that it has. So.